What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Matt Pickamau here with
Dan Gallagher.
And what'd you do today, Dan?
I got top 4 with Despia.
Yeah, Despia. Before the structure deck, so let's show this sauce off.
Alright, so to start it off, I played 3 of the new Ecclesia. So, besides Sword Soul, you can actually use this card to summon Fallen of Albaz or another Sword Soul, which would be the Iris Sword Soul. Alright, so I only played 1 Fallen of Albaz, so this card's like kind of a brick, and then this card's just really good because you can recur it at the end phase, which Sword Soul can't do, which is cool. And then the Iris Sword Soul, so you play 1 of this because this is like another disrupt. If they summon from the hand, you get to summon a monster from your hand. If they summon from the deck, you get to draw 2. If they summon a monster from the extra deck, you get to pop 1. So it's a pretty cool card. It's a very nifty little situational card if you don't want to summon Fallen of Albaz. For the Despia cards though, I played 3 Luber, 2 Tragedy, and 1 Adlibitum and 1 Dramaturge. So this is your normal summon. This searches for any branded spell or trap. This is like the best card in the deck. This card you only play 2 of because it's only good with like Foolish, Gold Sark, or Fusion Summoning. Because if it's sent to the graveyard or banished, you get to search for a Despia monster. So you're just always adding a Luber pretty much, or you just want to add 1 of these to combo with your fusion spells. This one, if it's used for fusion material, you can summon back a Despia monster from your grave or banished, or a level 8 or higher fusion monster. So this one's really cracked because if they kaiju your DPE, you can use this as fusion material, get back to DPE. So it's like nothing ever happened, you just keep grinding. This one's really good because if it's used as fusion material, it summons itself back. And it's a level 8 body for like Xyz plays, or it's a disrupt too. If your opponent summons a monster from the extra deck, it just negates anything on the field. It's pretty cracked. Or I guess I should say monsters on the field, not anything. No IOs for me. No, we lose to that card. We lose to that card. Dogmatica cards. I played 2 Ecclesia and 1 Fluer. The reason why you have to play 2 of this card is because in this deck, so off of a Luber and like a setup for a fusion spell, if you have like Ecclesia or Nadir, you can literally just drop this with your fusion monster, go for 25, 2k, and then 3k. They are below 600, so when you go with the fusion monster on board, they have to pay 600 to activate anything, so that's basically no TK, like every time. The only out to that little lock is if you kaiju the fusion monster. There's no other lock, like, out to it. You can't droplet, dark ruler, any of that, because you have to pay 600 first to activate, which that'd be game. The last, like, I guess Fallen of Albaz monster and Despia card I played was the Albion. So this card is like kind of okay. The reason why you play it is because it has this nifty little effect. If it's in your hand and you send a monster from like your hand, or not a monster, it's a Fallen of Albaz spell or trap or whatever, you can special summon it, or if you sent the card from your deck, you get to put this card from the bottom and then just draw a card. So it's like a cool little upstart. It also can be used in the grave too, which is cool. So there's a lot of nifty little pieces of that card. It's just a free upstart pretty much. And in worst case, it does have another little thing. It's treated as Fallen of Albaz in the grave, so you can fuse with it and stuff, which is relevant. The only hand trap I played that was a monster was Ash. I don't like the other ones because they play in like talents, called by, all those other things. And this card just like stops like all the cards you like really want to stop this format, I feel like. That's why we only play 2 of that one. And then for the bricks, just, yeah, those are the only like real bricks I play, like, to be honest. For spells, let's start off Branded Opening. This is basically like Barrage for the deck. The cool thing about this is it's a quick play, so you can activate it in draw phase, which plays around Droll, which is really nice. Discard 1, take a Despia, add it to your hand, or summon it. 9 times out of 10 you're summoning it though, because we want to play around Droll in this deck, because we search a lot. Yeah, this card's cracked. The other spell was 2 Branded in red. So this one's like, it's kind of okay. You can't really use it turn 1 too well, but it sets up like turn 2 and turn 3 really well. So just take a Despia monster in your grave, add it to your hand, and then if you want to, you can fusion summon using any monster like on your hand or field, but they get banished. So that's really cool. You just like want to have a disrupt on the draw phase. Then for the last branded spells I play, Theater and Brandon and High Spirits. So Theater, in my opinion, is like the worst card in the deck. You almost like never use this card, but you have to play 1 just because Brandon Red is like your quick play fusion, but once again, it's really bad like set up turn 1. This is like the better one for turn 1, I guess. So yeah, that's why you only play one of this. If they stop it, it's fine. Like, we don't care. This card though, so a lot of people don't play this card, but it's basically another Nadir Servant. You just reveal a monster in your hand, then send a fusion monster with the same type as it from your extra deck to the graveyard, and then add a monster that lists Fallen of Albaz or Fallen of Albaz from your deck to your hand. And then during the end phase, as the Ecclesia effect, if a fusion monster was sent to the graveyard this turn, add it back to hand. So it's just free discard recursion at worst. This card's really good though.
Oh, that's spicy.
Yeah, this card's lit. The best card in the deck, 3 Nadir Servant. So, unlike every other deck that's just playing this card to abuse this, we are also doing that, but I don't play Abclone, any of that shenanigans, because this card's in archetype, technically, and this card's just broken in this deck. Like, you don't need any of the shit-all shenanigans with this. You just use it as another Brandon High Spirits, pretty much. 3 of the other best card. This card's lit. You gotta play 3 of it. It's just insane.
Why aren't they ultis?
Because, in honor of Xander.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. Gone but never forgotten.
Got him. 3 ulti super poly.
At least those are.
Yeah. This card's... Yeah. I would not be playing this deck if I didn't have this card. This card's lit. This, like, just makes any, like, bad, like, board state just completely winnable. Yeah. That's all I really have to say about this card. This card's just stupid. For like cool 1-of gas spells, we get to play Foolish and Gold Sark. So the reason why...
Because the level 1 guy?
Yep. Gets triggered from grave or banished. So it's like, you're literally just always getting this and then just plussing. Everything else in the deck, it doesn't really matter. You can send it to things off Foolish, but 9 times out of 10, it's literally just for the tragedy play. So it's basically we're playing 2 Foolish. That's cool.
That's pretty good.
Instant Fusion. So I only play, like, I guess 1 technical target for this. It's the Raijin. The only reason you play this card is because of Flow Wanderies and the Leaderless deck. Because if they win barrier you can just drop Raijin, which is cool. Or for going first, you can drop Raijin, summon a Luber, uses effect, it plays around Imperm and stuff, because then you can book the Aluber, and still play. If they don't have anything for that, you can just link those 2 away for Vert, so this card's really good, in my opinion. Last spells, I played 1 Called By and 1 Talents.
Because that's just what you do.
Yes. So, my theory on this card, I think this card's terrible at like 2 or 3, because like, sucks in multiples for 1 and for 2, like sometimes it's just dead. So if you have a 1 and it's dead, it's like cool, it's discard fodder, I guess. You don't have to worry about drawing more. If it's live, you're just winning the game half the time, so. Traps, 3 Imperm, it's the only other hand trap I played. It doesn't trigger Called By, the only thing it triggers is Cross Out, but if you're playing Cross Out, I think I'm winning anyways, so. Yeah. 1 punishment. Some people don't play this card because of the restriction, but low-key, the restriction doesn't matter, like, if you know what you're doing, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to be fusion summoning on their turn anyways, so you can burn your 1 turn with no fusion summoning, then just pop off on their turn.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah. Side or extra first?
I guess we'll go with the extra and then the side.
Alright, bet. Got all the tokens in my spawn. Then for the extra, for the Despia fusions, I played 2 Masquerade and Queritus. So this one, while you control this fusion summon card, your opponent must pay 600 to activate cards or effects. This card won me a lot of games today because, as I mentioned, you just go in for this with Ecclesia and Fluer, attack, attack, attack. They're down below 600. They can't activate anything.
That's the best card. I don't care what anybody says.
Card's bullshit. This card, I actually like never really summon anymore, to be honest, because this card's just cracked. But you have to play this like very situationally because it has a float effect. If it's sent by a card effect, you just get to float into Fallen of Albaz or Despia. So it's not bad. It also has another effect. During the main phase, you can make all monsters that aren't level 8 or higher fusion 0. So it's a cool little OTK piece. Other fusion monsters, we played 2 Titaniclad and Albion. So I know a lot of people are used to seeing this for Nadir, but you actually summon this card a lot because of Fallen of Albaz. It's just monster with 2,500 or more attack, and Fallen of Albaz. It's really
He's a super poly himself.
Yeah, he's a really good super poly target. This card I don't really summon. I haven't summoned it a lot, but it's a very, very good summon if you can summon it. Mainly just use it to send off Nadir or your Brandon High Spirits to get your Brandon Speller Traps at the end of turn. And then obviously this is just Super Poly and Dogmatica's shenanigans. The only, like, I guess, real bricky fusion card I played was Construct. So you have to actually play this card because of Brandon High Spirits. So it says you have to reveal a monster in your hand and send a fusion monster with the same typing that's level 8 or higher. So for Despia, they're all fairies. This is the only fusion monster in the game that is a fairy that's level 8 or higher. So you actually have to play Construct to actually, like, abuse this card, which is funny.
Don't lie, you're doing it because you love
I
Shaddolls.
want to flex those Shaddol cards. So you're right. Knits for Nadir and shenanigans. It's another fairy toolbolt. It's cool. DPE, this card's really stupid. Pops every turn, so it triggers your Brandon, High Spirits, and Ecclesia every single turn to just return. So it's just free card advantage every turn, pretty much.
Too strong.
Mud Dragon. Oh, 1 second. Yeah, Mud Dragon. This is like the best Super Poly target I feel like right now. I want to put Starving Venom in because that card came up quite a bit today, but I feel like this is just the best one for most generic things. You can take a lot of the Sword Soul boards with this, or even the Lyrilisk boards, so it's cool. My last fusion, I played Raijin. I already explained this earlier, but this
So
card,
wind in it books stuff.
plays around Barrier Statue. It's really good. I was a big fan of this card. Like, it just let me play around a lot of things and extend. For XCs, I played Dingirsu and a Zeus. So all of the fusions are literally level 8. Like, yeah, they're all like level 8. You can like use these, and then like some of your level 8 monsters just make a ding, send something, go for 26, then drop a Zeus, which can be a lot of threat. Or you can literally just leave the ding up, and then that's just enough, because then you play around Twin Twister, Lightning Storm, just a bunch of random shit.
And just to shut people up, the construct, if they window you and you play Super Poly.
Yeah, you can take their thing. Yeah, that's another cool little interaction. It never came up, but yeah, that is a fact.
I just wanted to mention that because somebody's probably going to ask about, well, how are you making construct with no Shaddolls? Well, they could play Shaddolls.
No, we don't actually make it, but that is something I didn't think about. Yeah, that's true. You can't just take that and then Super Poly. Last monsters, I played Vert. It's like the best card in the game until it gets banned. And the last card, this was Mimi. I didn't summon it today, but this card's really good in this deck, in my opinion. It's just the BLS link. The card's very, very good for like Striker, L, just like problematic matchups.
Widespread and easy to get print.
Yup.
Let's go.
Card's cracked.
All right, why don't you show people this saucy side deck and then some final thoughts after that?
Yep. For the side's not too impressive for the most part, to be honest. 3 Lancia. This card's cracked. Droll. This card's always been very unimpressive every time I've ever played this card, but you gotta play it right now, unfortunately. 2 Denko. I feel like this card's just insane right now. It outs every problem, like, matchup for the most part. Outs Revolt too, which is like another struggle point for this deck, is the Tri-Brigade matchup.
It reminds you of your Shaddol days.
Yeah, that's true. This card carried me in Shaddol. For spells, this should low-key just be 3 Spiritualism, but I just went with 1 and 1. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about these. They should just be Spiritualism, to be honest. I don't like these cards at all right now, because literally just 1 IO, your life's just fucked. Like, if you just have Spiritualism, you can just like do whatever, they activate. It's like, cool, activate, bounce, and just keep playing. And that's like what this deck really loses to, is IO. So I definitely feel like 3 Spiritualism should be in the side if you're playing this deck, because you just want to always have the out to IO. You don't care about Twin Twister, Cosmic King things. You just really don't want to lose to IO or Mystic Mind. The last spell is Dark Ruler. I just play 1 because I'm a sack. This card's good.
You said it, not me.
True. 2 Evenly. This card's also really cracked right now, I feel like. So the only reason I play 2, I guess, is because it basically acts like a 3rd one, like in theory, in my eyes at least. Because like, I guess this is also good against like backer too, but like against combo, I really just want these, and then just, yeah. This card's good. That's all I gotta say. For fusions, I do play fusions in the side. I play this card. I didn't summon it at all, but it's there. It should probably just be a Starving Venom, but it's a cool card.
You just want to flex something dumb.
And then you play this. So this is the only one I feel like is actually mandatory no matter what. Now, it looks a really bad matchup, and if you literally just play this one stupid card, it makes the matchup like so free, because you can, right in the middle of their Sanguine Conquistador bullshit, still in battle. Just Super Poly, take those 2, drop this. That's 38 right there. And if you have like a Dramaturge or something else to summon 2, then you just summon Masquerade and you just burn them to death. Like, if they play Cursed Land, they're paying 2k just to search for 1 card. They want to activate that card.
Oof.
So yeah, Masquerade's a cool card.
So any final thoughts on the deck?
Deck's cool. Definitely needs more support to be like meta, but it's a fun deck to play. I'll just give some shout outs real quick. Shout outs to Action Sports, the best locals, KC. Shout outs to Sam for doing the deck profile. Shout outs to my spawn, carrying me every day. And that's it.
All right. Well, this is Dan's top 4 Despia deck profile. This is Meh, Pig and Meh, signing out.